Ooh, check this out. I'm glad I have a bigger lathe now. Oh, what am I doing? Cutting all the branches and leaving the fun out. Oh, you may want to leave now. Please show me some appreciation the first 4 seconds of this video. In order to get the Christmas tree to spin around on my lathe, it took me about 45 minutes to trim the Christmas tree. And I was also able to cut my middle finger on my right hand all the way to the bone with a nice rusty but sharp hand saw. So you will see me wearing a glove for a large part of this video and probably many other projects because I was filming quite a few projects at the same time. So was that 4 seconds intro really worth it? I asked this question many times and I'll probably say no. After a couple of days of drying, they were ready to be used. I decided to trim them slightly on my bend saw, but because it wasn't the safest method to do so, I decided I'm just gonna simplify and show you the results. So I carved some gentle curves into each and every cookie in order to perfectly fit both the inside and the outside curves. This will just help me to reduce the amount of resin needed. So when I did the Christmas tree project back in 2019-20, so I made a hybrid plate and it was still a wet and green wood I used. But this time I thought I would try it out and see how the experiment will continue with the Christmas tree. The only thing I should have done as an extra step for this project is to remove the bark, but that seemed to be an awful lot of work and I wasn't prepared for that. Especially with my finger, it just, yeah, wasn't fancy. So mixed up my favorite Depo epoxy resin and I decided I'm gonna go with some red colors and some glitters. Just look at those glitters, they will be absolutely stunning in this project. And this is a little bit sarcastic, but you will see it soon. Then the piece was ready to go into my pressure pot and a few days later was ready to be demolded. I absolutely love this little beam from Punland. Works really well for a mold and it pops out easily. To my and probably to your greatest disappointment, all the glitters sank to the bottom or floated to the top, which is really weird, nothing in between. And check out this new camera angle. Let me know what you think. I have a new additional light coming above my lathe just to give a little bit extra brightness around the project and around the lathe. And I decided I will mount also one of my camera up on the top. So let me know if you like it or if you don't like it. Either way, it's already up there, so I may utilize it time to time. Just to further seal the end grain and also to kind of filled some of the imperfections in the resin. I used a couple of coats of sanding sealer, and then I can start working on the inside of this lamp. And now you can really tell me I'm turning plastic, because look at this. I couldn't get the molds out of this lamp, so I had to turn it, and that's proper plastic. Due to the perfect size inset, I didn't have to do too much work on the inside of this project, and quickly was able to move on to some sanding. Once the piece was ascended up to 320 grit on the inside, I took this over to the other lathe and sprayed a couple of coats of clear gloss lacquer. So then at least I know the inside of the project is all done and dusted. Then I had to find a way to remount this piece on the other side, which is the bottom side of the project, so then I can work at the top of the project. And here, as you can see, I'm removing a lot more materials than I initially wanted. This is just to ensure I follow the same wall thickness, which is on the side, is the same matching wall thickness at the top as well. So when I have the light fitted in the middle, obviously it will shine through, hopefully equally and evenly. And as you can see, the remounting of this piece wasn't very successful, isn't running very true. For this application, just to do light sanding, it was more than okay, and then I will finish with some gloss lacquer as well, just like I did on the inside. Once it's all dried, was ready to take back onto the other lathe, and I was able to remove this just by a handsaw. I couldn't risk it to part this off with my chisels, so I just nicely removed it with a handsaw. Few finishing touches to make sure that this will have a perfect fit to the bottom. Cutting a perfect circle to fit at the bottom, I thought doing this on a bend saw or any other equipment I have probably wouldn't get the right and the most perfect circle. So I decided I'm gonna utilize my CNC, which is always fun to use. So I quickly programmed a circle matching at the bottom, and then run my CNC to cut this out for me. Check out this suction. And I did this on a time lapse on my phone, so no sound, so just imagine. And the whole process took about 4 minutes, so definitely worth my time. A perfect circle. This is a piece of ash which I will use for the base. This was probably the closest whitish coloured wood in my workshop, which had pretty much a good matching grain patterns as well compared to the pine I'm using for this project. So I think it was a good fit to use. And just a gentle squeeze of super glue to make sure that the light stays where it should stay. Probably this insert will not be the greatest looking part of this project, but I don't need this to be good looking. All I need is to be fully functional, and by this method I will have good even lighting all around the piece and at the top as well, hopefully. And just a quick branding, so even after 300,000 years as well, people will know who made this lamp. Little finish with some mineral oil and we are ready to shine. Thanks for watching. See you soon.